Okay, you ready for tears of joy or tears of happiness? Hello YouTubes. So yesterday I removed the valve cover on the driver's side of my Hemi 5.7 to do a visual check of the motion of the valves going up and down. Everything looked okay, but Bill over at Solar Garage told me I should also do a compression test just to eliminate any other possible problems down there. And because I'm a good little YouTuber, I'm going to do as I'm told. So I ordered another tool that I'm only going to use once every 5 years from Amazon last night, arrived today. So it's a fairly decent little kit, it's only $40 Canadian, digital, comes with batteries. I'm thinking you use these for leak down tests, adapters, blah blah blah. So let me set that up. Obviously I need to put the batteries in it, and then I'll go through the procedure, how I'm going to test it. Now I wanted to go into this video pre-armed with the correct data. I wanted to know what the cylinder pressure should be in the 5.7 Hemi from 2010. However, results were incomplete, inconclusive. Basically, the pressure seems to be anywhere from 150 to 200 psi. Honestly, I could not find it. I really searched. Anything below 100 psi is useless. Anything over 120 seems to be okay. You know what? It seems to depend obviously on the mileage of your engine, and more importantly, the difference between each cylinder. So let's say all the cylinders originally had 200 psi. If all the cylinders are now down to about 150 psi, then it should still be okay. It's that difference between cylinders that seems to be important. The difference being you're allowed a tolerance of 10%. Or 25%. Again, I couldn't get conclusive evidence of if it's supposed to be 10% variation or 25. So I'll do all the tests, see what the variations are, and you guys leave a comment, because I appreciate experience more than random thoughts on a forum or a Facebook group. So as I say, let me get the tests done. I'll do the driver's side first, write all the numbers down, do calculations, and see what we've got. Quick recap, all my coil plugs are unplugged, all my injector plugs are unplugged. In fact, the fuel rail isn't even there, so that's not an issue. Same on this side, and also removed my fuel pump fuse. Where is it? Oh, it's over there hiding. So I'm not going to get any fuel spraying in the engine. I'm not going to get any sparks flailing about. The battery's hooked up, so when I turn the key, crank it over 5 or 6 times per cylinder, and we'll get hopefully a reading. As I say, I'm going to start with the driver's side, so cylinder 1, 3, 5 and 7. I also get to use my new spark plug removal kit that was kindly sent to me from Bill at Solar Garage. Thanks Bill. Link to Bill's channel up there. Check him out, way more detailed than me. Right, let's go. So we are plugged into cylinder 1, one spark plug removed, one spark plug still in place, obviously. Right, let's crank it over about 5 or 6 times, see where we're at. I'll probably do this test a couple of times since the engine's cold. What do we have? 193. That's quite a lot of compression. Let's release the pressure, try again. $193 went, I think it was actually up at 195 there. Okay, let's try cylinder 1, 2, 3. Next one along. Right, cylinder 3. What do we have there? Oh, didn't get to see it before it went down. It was up about 185, which I think is still within range. Right, I'll try again. I'll maybe clip that onto something. Let's go again. What do we have? Wow, that was over 200. What is going on with the pressure of this thing? Okay, next. I'm a little suspicious of the accuracy of this gauge. Anywho, cylinder 5 is next. This is one that I've been getting the constant misfire detected, so let's do it. Okay, you ready for tears of joy or tears of happiness? What do we have? What do we have? That looks like a lot of pressure. This is good news. Let's try again. Yummy, yummy pressure. Once more for luck. Looks pretty good to me. So I either have the best maintained 300,000 kilometre engine in existence, or that gauge is reading a little bit high. Either way, all the cylinders so far are up around 200 psi, which is about 1400 kp something, whatever that term is. I think the engine's good. I think we're back down to electrical, or no, mostly electrical, because I think I've done all the mechanical stuff. Everything looks good. The lifter cam thing, that looks like it's doing what it's supposed to do. Compression test seems to be okay. So I think we're down to electrical. Now, before I rebuild this all back up and start troubleshooting more sensors, if there's anything else up here that I need to look at before I reassemble, leave a comment below. But I'm pretty happy so far. Okay, recap then, in case you're new to this mystery. Truck starts no problem at all. I drive it round the corner and it throws an engine code and runs like a pig. And on some occasions it was actually starting to buck like a bucking bronco. Bucking, I said bucking. So I hooked up my scan tool and it gave me a error code P0305, which is a misfire cylinder 5. It also randomly gave me a multiple cylinder misfire, but mostly it pretty much always comes up with the 305 code for cylinder 5. So I swapped the spark plugs with brand new plugs. I replaced the coil, the electrical ignition coil, with a brand new coil. Didn't make any difference. I replaced the crank sensor 2 or 3 times just to make sure. Replaced the cam sensor, and we're still getting 305. Now, a couple of people have mentioned it could be the ECU is dodgy. It seems very specific that it's always coming back to cylinder 5. Next thing I'm going to try, with your permission, is the knock sensor on the driver's side. And yes, I was completely wrong yesterday with the MDS solenoids, mistaking them for knock sensors. I don't know what a knock sensor looks like. I know now, there's one on each side of the block. But again, I did speak to Bill again, Solar Garage, and he kind of explained how the knock sensor works, and it correlates the information it gets from the cam position sensor and the crank sensor, so that if it detects a knock, it knows at what point the cylinder's at and which cylinder's making the error. So it's possibly a bad knock sensor, but not too expensive to try that next. The expensive one's going to be if it's an ECU issue, so hopefully it's not that. Okay, Any more suggestions, leave a comment. I'm still really frustrated, but I'm pretty happy with the engine. I don't think it's dodgy. Bearing in mind, I did kind of rebuild the top end 2 years ago. It's got like 8 new valves and new push rods, and I did lap the valves down. Everything should be smooth, and that's why I think I'm getting such a good compression figure number, because I have kind of been taking care of this engine. Never over revving it, never really towing anything heavy, so it's kind of babied. It should be good. Okay, kind of excited and frustrated at the same time. Take care, drive safe, see you in the next one.